Hi, this is Andy Korodeski with the Cellarmasters of Los Angeles Home Winemaking Club. And this is the June video with what to do in the vineyard. And so those of you who looked at my first video from about a month ago can see that it has changed quite a bit over the last month. About a month ago, the longest shoot that I had was maybe 4 or 5 inches. And as you can see, looking at some of these shoots, they're somewhere in the 6 to 7 foot range. So we'll be dealing with those today. But generally, the vineyard looks fantastic. We've been going through bloom over the past couple of weeks, and bloom is generally done. And so what we're left with are these huge grape bunches. So these are small little grapelets that will grow into large, obviously beautiful grapes as the summer goes along, and I'm very excited. And so this particular vine here on the left that I'm pointing at right now is Viognier, and this vine to the right is Grenache, and these vines all in the background are Syrah. And so and honestly, the vineyard's growing great. As you can see, these from these tips, that these tendrils are very thick, very long, 5-6 inches, and very far past the leaves. And so that lets you know that these vines are getting tons of water. So now I haven't watered this vineyard in any way. It's now June. But the vines themselves have very deep roots, and they're getting tons of water, and so there's no irrigation at this point necessary. But there is some maintenance that needs to be done. There needs to be some hedging. The hedging means removing all of these overhanging vines. You remove them because they'll shade the fruit. They'll inhibit air movement, which increases powdery mildew pressure. And they're also, it makes it difficult to net. I'm going to have to net these at some point. The nets keep away the birds and the bees and hopefully some other critters as well. And so I'm going to have to hedge. There are also a lot of laterals pushing. Here's a lateral right here, if you can see that. What laterals do is they are shoots that come off of other shoots, and they also contribute to lessening air circulation and increasing powdery mildew pressure. And then additionally, and this is something that you kind of do all summer long, is you tuck shoots. So shoots like these here, which are not behind the wires, so we go ahead and get them behind the wires. So I will give the camera to my lovely assistant camerawoman, and I'll just show you really quickly how to hedge. And so realistically, when you hedge, the hedging won't stop all this from growing. This, for example, so I'm just going to take these off here. All right, so that's hedged, that little section. Now, these shoots won't stop growing. They're going to push laterals from here all summer long, which is fine, and I'll just keep trimming them back. But that's basically how you do it. So here's some more over here, and so you just go through the vineyard, getting rid of all of these, those long, unnecessary shoots. And so that's the quick process of hedging. All right, and then so that's hedging done. You can see that it looks much neater now, and I'll go through the whole vineyard this weekend and hedge everything. Additionally, we want to get rid of those laterals. So that's the second thing we were talking about. And so here's a big lateral. If you look at it, you can see that right down in here. Yeah, where is it? Right down in here. You can see that this right here is a lateral off of this shoot. And so to get rid of laterals is really quite easy. You just break them off. So that lateral is gone. I looked over here. I think I saw a lateral over here as well. Nope, that's a shoot that needs to be tucked. So we tuck it up under here, and so now it's behind the wires. think this is a lateral over here. Yeah, so here's, and the way to find a lateral, they're usually pretty easy to find. As you can see, the leaves are typically, they're large and they're dark green because they've been around for a while. Laterals are newer leaves, so they're going to be light colored and they're going to be small. And so if you look over here, right there is a lateral. So they're light colored leaves and they're small colored, and if you probably can't really see it, but if you look down in there, you can see that it is a lateral off a shoot. So just pull it off. So again, we get rid of those to increase airflow and decrease powdery mildew pressure and all that. So that's laterals. And here's, let's see, there's another one here. That lateral that we just removed a little earlier has another lateral right above it, which is right here. So just break that off. And there's another one above that even right here. So I'm going to break that off. And let's see, there's another one beneath it right here. So break that off. So, and this is my Grenache, which the here's another lateral right here. So I'm going to break that off. So the Grenache is for me, my Grenache is a tougher vine than most of my other vines. You see how thick this is? This is like the thickness of my thumb, and it's a little harder to pull some of these laterals off, but it is what it is. Okay, now these here look like laterals, don't they? Because they have light colored leaves and they're very small, but they are actually, if you look way down at the bottom, they are actually shoots that I want to keep, but they need to be tucked. So actually, here's another lateral that I need to get rid of because it's in the way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these shoots that were not tucked behind the wire, and I'm just going to go ahead and push them back behind the wire, and now they're behind the wire and held in, and they're tucked. And if I look over here, these shoots also, see how they're hanging out? They're hanging out of the out of my vine structure. So I just go ahead and grab them and shove them right up under there. It's pretty easy. So you can go through the vineyard really quickly, and usually you can go through the vineyard really quickly and pull laterals and tuck shoots, and the hedging takes a little bit longer, but they're all things that go quickly, and you get better fruit because of it. Well, folks, I thank you for your attention. I hope it was helpful, and we'll see you next month.